Hi everyone, welcome to the Best of CAT, and today we'll solve a question on arithmetic which came in CAT 2024 slot 1. Pause the video, try and solve the question on your own, and then look into the process of solving to make the better understanding of it. Let's read the question. It says, a shop wants to sell a certain quantity in kg of grains. It sells half the quantity and additional 3 kg of these grains to the first customer, then sells half the remaining quantity and additional 3 kg of these grains to the second customer. Finally, when the shop sells half the remaining quantity and the additional 3 kg to the third customer, there are no grains left. The initial quantity of the grain in kg is, right? Now, generally, whenever you have to solve this question, so one way of looking at it is nothing but playing with the option, and then based on that, you can do it. 2 is going to be nothing but to start making an equation. So let's look into this. If you have to make an equation, what should be the right process for doing it, right? So if I assume that the initial quantity of the grain is X kg. Now, to the first customer, it sells half of that and additional 3 kg. So therefore, given to the first customer will be equal to half of this plus 3. So therefore, remaining after the first customer is equals to x minus x by 2 plus 3, which is equals to nothing but x by 2 minus 3. We can directly also say that half plus 3 is given, so half of that minus 3 will be something that I'm left with. So therefore, at the end of giving it to the first customer, this is the quantity which is left, which I'm seeing as y. Right? Now, this is the leftover quantity after this. And again, to the second customer, what is given was nothing but half of that plus 3. So therefore, remaining after the second customer will be nothing but same as half of that minus 3. So therefore, the leftover is going to be nothing but y by 2 minus 3, which I'm saying equal to z. And now this was this, and the half of that plus 3 is given. So therefore, remaining is nothing but half of that minus 3. So this is the leftover portion. And I know when it's given to the third customer, the remaining is no grain left. So therefore, this remaining value should be equal to 0. Now, once I got to know this equal to 0, can I say from that I can straight away say z by 2 is equal to 3, which implies z is equal to 6. Now, once I know the value of z equal to 6, from that I'm able to identify the value of y by putting the value in this equation. So from here I can say y by 2 minus 3 is equal to 6, which implies y will be equals to nothing but 18, and therefore I got to know this is equal to 18. Right? Now, once I plug in that y equal to 18 out here, so here I end up getting x by 2 minus 3 is equals to 18, which implies x will be equal to 21 into 2, 42. Hence, the original quantity is going to be 42, which is an answer to this question. Right? Okay. So if you follow this approach, so we can always get this, and based on that, we'll do it. Right? So therefore, whenever you come across this kind of question, so the reason why I wanted to write x by 2 minus 3 equal to y is so that next time you end up getting only y by 2 minus 3, because otherwise the equation would have looked like it is very difficult, and then some people might leave in between also. So that's one thing that we can do. Right? Now, just one more observation from there that you can always look at. Right? Just let me just show you that. Now, if you look at this, from here, I can straight away say that if I have to calculate in terms of y and x. So I will say x is equals to twice of y plus 3. X by 2 minus 3 is y, therefore x will be equal to this. Similarly here, you'll get that y is equals to twice of z plus 3. Similarly, here you'll get that nothing but, therefore you'll get the value of this is got to be nothing but, since it is 0, let's say it is equal to k, so you could have done it nothing but k plus 3 multiplied by 2 is the value of z. Right, so just observe it. Twice of y plus 3, twice of z plus 3, twice of k plus 3. Right? So therefore, once I got to know that, so I can generalize that it's going to be nothing but twice of the final quantity plus 3 value to that. So final quantity plus 3 and twice of that is the previous quantity. Now, the moment you are able to write this, now look at this. Finally, if k equal to 0, I end up getting nothing but 2 into 3, that is equal to 6. When z is equal to 6, we end up getting y as 18. And when y as 18, we would have got this value as 42. And therefore, slightly better way or different way of solving it, right? So therefore, answer to this question will be nothing but 42, right? So try a similar kind of a question, follow the same approach and share your answer in the comment section. So here's the question in front of you.